If there are any problems, let me know. It's my job to keep things running smoothly. That's nothing you need to concern yourself with. Very well. It's not something often discussed, as it might be misunderstood by the locals. The Augur is down in the midden, below the college. I don't recommend going down there unless it's absolutely necessary.
Ugh. Intending to your hounds? Smell like a wet. Let me guess. Someone stole your sweet roll.
Excuse me, my friend. Let me give you some room. It is my lucky day.
think the day would never come. So, you broke the binding spell, did you? Matters little. Their souls are trapped in oblivion all the same, and here I stay. Where I belong is back aboard my ship on the Abyssian. You've no hope of defeating me, pup. Don't bother. Why not broker a bargain instead? Those kids are dead anyway. Killing me won't bring them back. I, on the other hand, have done quite a bit with my time on Mundus. Release me, and I'll share a bit of my wealth with you. Years back, I had to ferret away some booty nearby. We'd sunk an Imperial galleon off the coast. Good plunder, but we needed to travel light. We stashed what we couldn't carry, and I hid it with a trick I know. I can point you in the right direction, and we'll each go our separate ways. Names have power, lad. You should know by now. Just say, Velek Sane, I release you, and poof, I'm on my way. There's a smart lad. Take the map. The loot's hidden there. It'll show itself when you get near. See you on the other side, mortal.
Your perseverance will only lead to disappointments. Still, you persist. Very well. You may enter. I am that which you have been seeking. Your efforts are in vain. It has already begun. But those who have sent you have not told you what they seek, what you seek. You seek that which all who wield magic seek, knowledge. You shall find this. Knowledge will corrupt. It will destroy. It will consume. You seek meaning, shelter in knowledge. You will not find it. The Thalmor sought the same thing, and it shall lead to his end, as it has so many others. No, though you may be the last, the one who calls himself Ancano has sought my knowledge as well, through very different questions. Your path differs from most. You are are being guided, pushed towards something. It is a good path, one untraveled by many. It is a path that could save your college. I will tell you what you need to know to follow it further. You, and those aiding you, wish to know more about the Eye of Magnus. You wish to avoid the disaster of which you are not yet aware. To see through Magnus's eye without being blinded, you require his staff. Events now spiral quickly towards the inevitable center, so you must act with haste. Take this knowledge to your archmage.
That was a strong breeze. Where did it come from?
No one's heard from the Physic Order in so many years. Hard to believe one would just suddenly show up here. Not at all. I consider it a blessing. My family was convinced coming here was a death sentence, or worse. It took years of insisting that this is what I'm meant to do. Yes, but it needs to be kept quiet. I may have entered into an agreement with Enther. He had something I needed, so I traded him something of mine. It was a mistake, and now I want back what I gave him. It's an amulet that belonged to my family, and I never should have given it to Enther. But he won't deal with me. Talk to him. See what it'll take to get my amulet back. It doesn't matter. It's also none of your concern. Just talk to him. See if you can convince him to give my amulet back. I told you, it's from my family. I would like to make a few statements. I know they've always disapproved of what I wanted in life. To learn magic instead of becoming a farmer or a hunter. But no matter how poorly they may have treated me, they're still my family. I didn't consider that until after I made the trade.
There has been no sign of them. The midden remains off limits. While the initial outbreak has been cleaned up, the area is still considered hazardous. No more experiments are to be carried out there, and mages are advised that you enter the midden at your own risk. Once again, I must ask that everyone please clean up any materials used in the common area. We've had yet another sprained ankle due to soul gems being left on the floor. Let's please try and keep injuries to a minimum.
I'm working on some... The exact nature of my research is a secret, I'm afraid. But it really is quite valuable. You mean the official sort of business? Well, no. No, not really. But I can't help but notice that you're doing quite well for yourself. Rising through the ranks and all. It may not be official, but there is a project I've been working on. I wonder if perhaps you could assist with it. Yes. No, I don't think so. Not at this point. It's just that, well, I'm not even really sure it's going to amount to anything just yet. All theoretical right now, you understand? But the implications are quite intriguing, I think. I simply need some experimental results to confirm my suspicions. Just bring me some dwemer cogs. I need to examine them for the methods used in forging them. 10 of them should be enough for me to get a better understanding of how they were crafted. That's all I need, all right? I don't think anyone here truly understands how useful my work will be. Ah, that's excellent news. This will be most helpful in furthering my research. I'm afraid I can't offer you much right now, but please take this. And perhaps, if this is all successful... Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. It's too early to be getting excited. Still, this is most encouraging. Thank you again. If I require anything else, I shall be sure and let you know. As a matter of fact, there is something you could do for me. I had retained Enther's services in, acquiring something specific. But now he's refusing to deliver. Could you perhaps speak with him and see if we can come to some sort of arrangement? Someone do something! Help me! I'm working on some very important research, I assure you.
No one's heard from the Physic Order in so many years.
Dumb as you look. Hope to see you again soon.
It's no secret that the college's reputation in Skyrim is tainted. Really? And what might that be? I'm sorry, what? Well, I'd certainly love to have such a powerful staff, but I'm not really sure that any of us need it. And how do you know of this? Did you really? And he specifically mentioned the staff of Magnus? I'm impressed with your initiative. Of course, someone will need to follow up on this. A most impressive attitude. Keep this up, and you'll do quite well for yourself. Something as specific and ancient as the staff of Magnus. I'm not sure we'd ever find something like that. I seem to recall Mirabelle mentioning the staff somewhat recently. Why don't you see if she can tell you anything? I'm quite pleased with your progress, you know. You've certainly proven yourself to be more than a mere apprentice. Well done. This circlet once proved invaluable to me. I hope it can be of use to you now.
Assured me that you'd cover my expenses. I'm always on the lookout for all sorts of goods. Bring me whatever you find, and I'll see what I can do. Oh my, how precious. Onmund is too afraid to deal with me himself, and so he's sent you. I'll make this very simple for you. All my trades are final. Onmund knew this ahead of time and went through with it anyway. So there's nothing more to be said. Oh, I suppose, but you keep this to yourself. I don't want it being known that I go back on my trades. Understand? Oh dear. He's so afraid to talk to me, he's sending you to do it? I should have expected as much. I'm afraid you've been a little misinformed. I have something of mine that I was going to sell to Arniel. You think you can do what he can't, and I'll sell it to you. Then you're free to run off to him with it if you like. I have a friend, let's say, who's interested in a staff. A particular one. It's nothing dangerous, so don't worry. I'm not even sure why he wants it, but then that's not really my concern. He's willing to pay for it. The problem is that it'll be a little difficult to acquire, seeing as how it's in the hands of someone who isn't exactly friendly. So you bring that staff back here, and I'll consider it payment for the item Arniel was after. Give my regards to Carlia if you see her. And that, my nervous little friend, has not happened.
Nords don't trust magic or those that use it. Made it difficult for me growing up. I didn't think he'd really give it back. Thank you, friend. It's good to know I can count on you. I'd better get going.
Good to see you. Well, I suppose he wouldn't mind. It was all before my time, you understand. I've heard the stories, the same as anyone else. He was a brilliant student, an accomplished wizard, delved into magic in a way none had seen before. But I think he became too focused on just how much power he could acquire. That's what led to the accident.
Really. Couriers don't seem to like to.
Do you remember what I first told you? About how not being able to control magic could destroy you? I didn't simply mean it could kill you. The Augur's accident is another very real type of a life destroyed. Well, it's been described as an accident. I can't imagine it was intentional. Something must have gone wrong, and he ended up in the state he's in now, fused to the energies that flow through the college. I've never felt it appropriate to ask him about it, about how that must feel. Or I suppose, if he can feel at all.
If you have a moment, could you help me with something? So far, if only because no one is telling me how great I ought to be, I just want to learn. I don't want to think about what's expected of me. Didn't you know? Before the Oblivion Crisis, many elves called Winterhold their home. More visited the college from Morrowind every year. After, growing distrust of magic made life difficult for many. Some left rather than endure the growing hatred from the local Nords. Others returned home after the Red Year, when Vardenfell erupted and caused much destruction. Winterhold itself died in the years between then and now. What's left out there is a husk. Only the college really remains. We're all trying to become better mages, right? Well, I need someone I can practice a few spells on. Nothing dangerous, really. Would you be willing to assist me? Oh, good. I was afraid I'd have to go ask J'zargo. Now, you just stand there. Please hold still, and don't move. There! Now oh dear. That wasn't supposed to happen. Do you feel all right? You look very, green. I am so very sorry. I went over this again and again, and I was sure it would have better results. I'm not really sure. I think it's just a minor miscalculation on my part. I'm sure it will wear off soon. When it does, you'll be perfectly fine, and then we can try again. In the meantime, I'll see about figuring out what went wrong.
You haven't heard any more about dragons?
I'd better get going.
No, which is fine with me.
A pity. You have any idea how much fangs would be worth? Or even better, bottle their
Can you possibly help J'zargo? Mages in Cyrodiil are all about politics. The Synod and the College of Whispers are too busy guarding secrets to bother to teach. Skyrim was not J'zargo's first choice, but Winterhold is removed from politics, dedicated to study. This is the place for J'zargo to become great. J'zargo has seen that Toftir likes you. You must be very skilled with magic, yes? J'zargo is working hard, but cannot do it alone. Can you help with this? J'zargo has worked hard on learning new spells, trying new things. This will make J'zargo stand out as a mage. But J'zargo works so hard, there is no time to test these new spells. If you help with the testing, this will make learning easier. J'zargo will give you scrolls. You will use them and report the results. This is a good plan, no? You tell J'zargo when you are ready. Ha! You can't resist, can you? Let's see. This one, I think. J'zargo has designed it to be an excellent flame cloak, with a twist. It is especially potent against the undead, and should burn them to a crisp in no time. J'zargo gives you plenty of these scrolls, so you try them and return when you can say whether they work. J'zargo awaits word of how well his scrolls work.
I still need some help, if you can spare the time. Exactly as I said it would. Now, are you ready to try again? I am confident it will work this time. This will be worth it. Okay, now don't move at all. Oh my. That isn't right. Just wait. I can fix this. Oh no, that's not it at all. Let me try again. This really isn't turning out the way I'd hoped. I'll get it right this time. I swear. There. All better. Well, it all worked out in the end, didn't it? Oh, no, it hasn't. Let's be honest. I have a long way to go before I'm ready for the kind of advanced magic I've been attempting. But at least I know where to start now. Thank you. You've been a great help to me. Good talking to you.
¿Y bien? ¿Te ha vuelto a enviar Delvin o has venido por tu cuenta?
Well, well. All right. You delivered on your end, so I'll deliver on mine. Here's the gem Arniel was after. Can't imagine what he expects to do with that. It's warped beyond any ability to capture a soul.
Good to see you again. Wasn't by choice, I can tell you that. Options were in short supply. Ranmir and I grew up here, and his drinking soaked up whatever coin we had. So I opened a shop to try and get by. Now though, have to admit, I'm attached to the place. Suppose that makes me crazy, doesn't it?
I'm assuming you're here for more than a social call. No? Okay.
Ah, hello, my Nord friend. Farewell.
Mirabelle does a fine job as Master Wizard, I suppose. Still, there's always room for improvement.
Good to see you. At least you know how to treat someone properly. Look at you. Such a devoted student of restoration. It's comforting to see that not everyone has dismissed it as entirely as most members of the college. Truly comforting. It looks like you're ready to speak with the Augur.
It's been a pleasure.
Oh, didn't you know? The Augur was a brilliant mage. Truly inspired. Mastered spells others could barely comprehend. He was especially gifted when it came to restoration. He's very particular about who shares the knowledge. So you'll need his approval first. Go on, go talk to him. I'm sure he's been paying attention, and will be expecting you. Bye now.
You're not as dumb as you look.
Good to see you.
Mm-hmm.
Good to see you. Finally, someone useful is around.
Hello, friend.
Good to see Skyrim still has such fine people. You give an old man hope. Very good. I hope this will allow us to maintain our reputation. Take care now.
Have you heard from your family recently?
No, not really. Couriers don't seem to like delivering letters here.
That's too bad.
Not at all.
If there are any problems, let me know. It's my job to keep things running smoothly. Well, now that's an odd question. Why in the world would you be asking? I see. Well, yes, I suppose I did mention it, though I'm not sure what he expects me to tell you. I only brought it to his attention a few months back when the Synod showed up here looking for it. They were apparently under the impression we were keeping it in a closet somewhere. Mages based out of Cyrodiil. They fancy themselves the imperial authority on magic these last few hundred years. My understanding is that all they really do is make noise in an attempt to curry favor from the Emperor. Lots of politics, little magic. I was quite surprised to find them on our doorstep. They seemed amiable enough, but their line of questioning made me uneasy. It became clear they're trying to hoard powerful artifacts, looking to consolidate power. No one here does. The Synod seemed convinced it was somewhere in Skyrim. They inquired about the ruins of Mzulft, but that's all I remember. It sounded like they were heading there, though they were rather secretive about why. I suppose if you're intent on looking for the staff, there's a chance they might be in Mzulft yet. Just don't expect them to be cooperative. I'm not really sure. Made and used by Magnus himself, if you believe those sorts of things. I believe I've heard it said that it's the only thing that could adequately contain his power. The sort of embellishment wizards of ancient times loved to make.
Hello, friend. Stay safe.
Divines bless you. May the ground you walk quake as you pass. Do you? Wonderful. I was afraid I'd have to give up. And when I'm so close. Thank you for this. I have a great deal of work ahead of me. Good to see you. All right, then.
Once again, you have come seeking something. The circumstances differ. This time, I have what you seek. Are you prepared? Arrogance will serve you poorly. Your worth must be determined before knowledge can be bestowed upon you. And so, you shall on your skill as a mage, not on your belongings, not on your scrolls and potions. Only what lies within. Survive, and you are worthy. This is the test put before you. Will you accept? Step into the light, and your test begins.
Listener, fancy seeing you out here. I'm sure Nazir's cooking is great and all, but my appetites are a little more discerning. You could call it that. Didn't put up much of a fight, but made for a tasty snack. A rich bouquet of flavors. I would definitely recommend it.
Crystal. Gone. Find Paratus. Inoculary.
Let me give you some room.
Is that you? I'd almost given up hope. Let me get the door. What the? What are you doing here? What have you done with Gavros? It was the Falmer, wasn't it? Curse them! They've ruined everything. If Gavros is gone, there is no hope. He was supposed to return with the crystal. Without that, all our efforts are wasted. And you, if you're here for treasure or wisdom or anything, I'm afraid you've wasted your time. It didn't work the first time. I tried to tell Gavros, but he wouldn't listen. No, it won't be too cold, he said. Well, I was right, wasn't I? Focused completely wrong by the time we got here. The cold had warped it. Gavros had to cart it all the way back to Cyrodiil. Left the rest of us here to fend off the damnable Falmer. It was a brilliant idea, really. Mostly mine, though Gavros took the credit. Secret, though. Official Synod business. Can't talk about it. I am on official business of the Grand Council of the Synod. That's all you need to know. I might well ask the same of you, running around by yourself in this dangerous place. Are you? Well, I'm afraid I can't help you with that. I need the crystal to do anything useful, and I don't have it. I don't know what sort of help you expect from me, but if you could actually find the crystal, I'd certainly be grateful. Until next time. Please tell me you found the crystal. I've no wish to die in this place. So you did. I was almost beginning to think Gavros had gone and gotten himself killed just to spite me. Well, with the Falmer skulking around, I can't very well do this on my own. I guess you'll have to come with me. I'll explain on the way. No matter what Gavros said, this was my idea first. The Council is going to know that when I get back. I was the one who thought of using this oculory. I don't know what the dwarves called it. Something unpronounceable, I'm sure. From all our research, it seems they were intent on discerning the nature of the divine. This machinery, all of it, was designed to collect starlight, and then, I'm not sure, split it somehow? It was my idea to replace one of the key elements with our focusing crystal. Months of enchantments went into it. Let's just hope they got it right this time. Here it is. Magnificent, isn't it? Took an incredible amount of work to get it running again. Now I'm hoping it'll all be worth it. Place the crystal in the central apparatus, and we can start the process for focusing it. You want something from me? Now the crystal needs to be focused. It was created so far away. We knew that some adjustments would have to be made. Heating and cooling the crystal will cause it to expand or contract, which will change how the light passes through it. You'll need to use spells to do that. Being from the college, I assume you know them already. There should be a few basic tomes around here somewhere in case your training is even more substandard than I've heard. Uh-huh. results. They're not at all what they should be. This projection should be lit up like the night sky. Something is creating an incredible amount of interference. Something in Winterhold, it looks like. What are you playing at? Is this some attempt to stall my work? So what is it? What have you done? Did you know what we were attempting? Are you here to make sure your plan worked? That our efforts have been for nothing? Well, explain yourself. Go wrong? Go wrong? Everything is wrong. Everything. Whatever you have at that college has completely interfered with our work here. How did you do it? Either you're lying to me, or you have something at your college, don't you? Something immensely powerful, beyond anything I've anticipated. What is it? The Eye of Magnus? Well, I suppose if that means what I think it does. Well, that's interesting. Yes, the staff. Interesting. I can't explain the details. That would be giving away many secrets the Synod have learned over the years. Also, I doubt you'd be able to comprehend the details. Have you seen the orrery in the Imperial City? It was the inspiration for this idea. Instead of projecting the sky, we project all of Tamriel, and then harness the latent energies to overlay the positions of... What's important is that all of this work was designed to reveal to us sources of great magical power. Purely to help safeguard the Empire, of course. And yet, in the end, only 2 locations have been revealed to us. One is your college. The other, well, that can only be Labyrinthian. So, mage from Winterhold, despite your intentions, I've beaten your little game. Even if all you've said here is lies, I know you have something in Winterhold the Synod Council will be very interested in. So fine. Trudge off to Labyrinthian in search of your staff. I shall return to Cyrodiil and deliver my full report to the Council. This is not over, I assure you. Well, yes. Probably. I mean, yes. Certainly it is. But that doesn't matter now, because I know you're hoarding something even more important at your college. The Council will be informed of this. They will find out what you're up to. Am I? Am I? I think I've discovered more here than I could have hoped to. Your trickery won't confuse me. I think we're done here.
You have done well thus far, but trying times are ahead. It is imperative that you return to your college at once. You will be called on to take swift action, rise to the challenge, and discover what you are capable of. You are on the right path, and you will prevail.
Dig, dwemer, in the beyond. I'll know your lost unknown and rise to your depths. I can almost hear them. I feel their life energy. Come, I will make the mixture. What is this? It's just a book. I can see. The world beyond burns in my mind. It's marvelous.
My whiskers are freezing up.
Come, my champion. Who do you think brought Septimus here? Who do you think protected you on your journey to open the box and loose my knowledge on this world? Your free will is an illusion. Whether you acknowledge me or not is your own business, but I will be in your mind. Now, you have my Agma Infinium. It contains the knowledge of the ages as revealed to Xarxes, my loyal servant. For hundreds of years, it's been shut away from the world. Septimus was a useful tool for unleashing it. Now, it is in your hands. Let us work wonders together.
Yeah. We were able to figure out the last text you brought in. I thought the least I could do is pass the knowledge along. This should be good.
He's in there doing something. I don't know what. We're trying to get in now. I will have his head for this, I assure you. Help take this down, will you? We're throwing everything we can at it.
Are you all right? Can you walk? I need you on your feet. We're in trouble here. Ancano is doing something with that thing, the eye. We can't stop him. I haven't seen Savo since the explosion. He must have been blown clear, and he may be injured. I need you to find the Archmage, and I need you to do it quickly. Get moving. I'll be fine. I just need a minute to catch my breath. Find Savos.
What's happened? Are you all right? What happened in there? I can hardly believe it. But there's no time. Whatever happened here has affected Winterhold as well. I need you to get out there and make sure everything's all right. I'll do what I can here. Go now, go.
Is he dead?
What's going on? What happened in there? It may be in danger? Take a look. I don't think there's much question. Let's get down there. We have to do something. Come on, let's go.
Skyrim didn't have enough
to
outsiders.
help us.
Now we got mercenaries from Hammerfell strutting about.
And let them know what's going on. Arneal, stay on your guard. We can't let harm come to these people.
Well, this certainly won't help our image.
Well, is everything out there all right? Wish I could say the same for us. Tolfdir and I can try and keep this contained. You need to get your hands on the Staff of Magnus, now. What? Are you sure? The staff is there. That can't be a coincidence. Savos, before he died, he gave me something just a little while ago. He told me it was from Labyrinthian and that I would know what to do with it when the time came. I think he meant this for you then. I'm not sure why, but there was something very personal about it for him. I think you should take this amulet. It belonged to Savos, but I think it would do you the most good now. Take it and get out of here. Bring back that staff before Ancano brings the whole college down around us.
Hello, friend.
Let's not waste any more time.
Are we truly sure this is a good idea?
We'll be back at the college before anyone even knows we're gone.
You would care about that, since you're the Archmage's favorite.
Don't forget, this whole idea was ours to begin with.
Let's just get inside. See what's in there.
Is this where the bog of eternal stench is, or am I thinking of